Good morning. And some good coffee. Just wanted to hop on real quick and address some things. I have received multiple dream transmissions, one could say. And contained within those dream transmissions was the purported I guess you could say shit talking of my enemies, which until then didn't even know that I really had. So it goes to show how effective you are at being my enemy. I don't even know you exist. However, I was played multiple clips of, if we're being honest, some rather fat, short, balding gentlemen, I guess you could say. They weren't gentlemen, as their behavior is in direct confliction with that of acting as a gentleman. They're more a bunch of cisgendered, wannabe not cisgendered little boys who coincidentally, I mean, this is just from my own observations, tend to imitate every essence of my being, down to the clothes that I wear, the words that I use, the tone in which I speak, and the content in which I discuss. I just found that to be a little kind of funny, from my own observation, my own initial observation. And the conduct of these quote unquote enemies of mine are laughable. As the only chuckles that I got out of it was from the sad attempts at imitating me while trying to, defame me. I don't know, because I'm pretty sure I was already infamous. I wasn't trying to be famous. I wasn't trying to be infamous. It's just the way the fame cookie crumbles, I guess. Anyways, back to these people that I didn't even know existed until about 2.5 hours ago, while again I was sleeping and got a dream transmission. Now, I guess I could just start out by apologizing to you, yes, my enemies, because it was not my intention to have all of your girlfriends migrate into my bed. Wasn't my intention. So I apologize. I wasn't trying to steal your woman. I wasn't trying to steal your girlfriend. Just know this. The bad breath that you were smelling was directly incurred by your girlfriend squirting on my face multiple times, in my mouth, in my nostrils, like a real fucking mess of it, A few of them even said they're not gonna go back to you. They're just gonna hang outside my bungalow and wait for their next turn to ride the mustache ride. I know that this is obviously driving many of you to an absolute frothing of the mouth in anger and rage. And the best that, again, my quote unquote enemies didn't even know you existed. Again, would like to attack my character, my everything about me, really down to really just a bunch of superficial bullshit, you know. But oh man, like man, does his breath stink from making your girlfriend come all night? Wow, holy moly! I know it can be quite a struggle. Sometimes there's literally just so much squirt happening that I lose track of the time and the day. And I'll just be honest, you know, sometimes I forget to brush my teeth in between such squirt sessions. And to be honest, my style is whack, so you really shouldn't be dressing as I do. Just because people can't see me through my own reasoning, my own way that I present myself, it doesn't mean that I don't know how I dress and how I speak and my fashion sense, which is bonkers. And the simple fact that you imitate me lets me know that I'm doing something right for some man, allegedly, to have warrant such hate against somebody that they love so much. I don't know what it is, because, you know, imitation is a form of flattery, you flagrant faggots. Ugh, it's really kind of sickening, to be honest. I've even noticed one or two chaps attempting to have a conversation with themselves. It's difficult, isn't it? Yeah. So all those who say that what I do is a fluke or a parlor trick, sorry, Owen Benjamin. I do apologize to you, sir. God, it's like apologizing to myself. It really is. It's weird. It's really weird. I'm gonna say that. That's one of my. Every time you hear that little power down sequence, that's one of my many bugs in my room that tunes out whenever I say something that it doesn't want to record. So, just know I'm gonna have to go ahead and do this real quick. Turn that bad bug right back on and continue talking about things that it does not want to hear. So, where shall we begin? Shall we begin once again at 9/11 and what happened on the September 11th attacks? Yeah, if you're good and you just noticed the timestamp, yes, I am that good. Or would you rather move on to another dead horse that, for being honest, is suspected of foul play, very foul play, and continue to be, let's just say, murdered after the fact of being murdered by the investigators and the murderers? I don't know. I think a lot of let's just put it like this. a lot of warranted flack has come down on Owen Benjamin. But that has also led to a lot of unwarranted flack. So I think if people really want to get behind my boogie and would like to imitate some things, it should be that of forgiveness, be a calm, collective reasoning of logos, and dissemination of logos, because that is by far the most difficult to disseminate to the population, as it seems maybe 1/10 of the population can access logos. They can access ethos a lot, for sure. Logos, not so much. So I'm going to try to go ahead and teach some of that. As terrible of a teacher as I may be, you will always get, and again, relating to recent events, sure, I'll say it, I was wrong about a lot of stuff, but I wasn't lying. That is an important differentiation to make, people. If you don't change your mind after learning new information, then you're a batshit crazy fucking idiot. So, if you continue to operate under old information that was sour and rotten, whenever you, again, it's like eating sour food. Whenever you were just presented with a fresh plate of delicious, yummy, fresh goods on a silver platter, and you choose to eat the sour and rotten fruit and meat from last week's tray, you're a fucking fool. You understand? If you don't change your mind after learning new things, you will not get very far. You're not going to get past me, I mean, at the very least. I don't know if you noticed, but this jackass hyena werewolf holds the keys. You want in? Sure, I'll let you in. You gotta not be a fucking fool, for starters. And that's really not very difficult to do, I don't think. You just gotta check yourself before I wreck your self. Is that right? Before I wreck yourself? Before I wreck you. Yeah, bro, it doesn't rhyme. You better pay mind before I got nothing. I got nothing. See how easy this would be to get past me, to get through the gate? Like, come on. All you gotta do is come up with a good limerick or a good riddle. 'Cause I am not good at those. What is your favorite color? What is your age? What is the airspeed velocity of a swallow carrying a coconut? Yes, an African swallow. You're not gonna get me there. Where are we at? We're at 15 minutes in. Okay, that's enough of that. So, moving on to our next section. we have to do the Marlboro Space cigarettes. 15 seconds. Quick word from our sponsors. Do you like cigarettes? Do you like space cigarettes? Now how about space cigarettes filled halfway up with weed? A space spliff is what we call them over here at... Is our name still Marlboro? Oh, we're now Marlboro. Okay. Do you like Marlboro cigarettes? Marv Albert did. He still does. I'm talking to him right now. Ain't that right, Marv? That's right. That's right. Alright, so get on down there and get your first pack of them spliffy, spiffy, space cigarettes. They're not bad for you, but they're not good for you either. Now, I've had a very difficult time quitting cigarettes. In the past, I've done it before multiple times, so I know that I could do it, but my thing is staying away from them. And also in my younger days, when I was quite a fish, I would drink my surroundings and wake up in a puddle of my surroundings the next morning, usually of blood. Sometimes, not always piss, but sometimes there would be piss, just being honest. The blood was usually from my own self. Had I unless gotten into a fight with one of my amigos the night before. There's blood everywhere, you know. Most of the time I would black out and I would pass out. I would black out. I would black out violently, and a lot of the times fall into very, very hard, and usually granite objects, which could be, you know, part of some of the more paranormal things that I experience on a daily basis. It's not from any because I'm special or anything like that. It's purely because I have a lot of head trauma. But I believe that I receive it so willy-nilly and willingly because of my heart. No punchline, that's just what it is. If you have a good heart filter to properly what is that word? It's very prevalent in the Bible. Which I read all the time. You should too. Oh, see, there it goes again. Yeah. I didn't touch it, people, that's what I'm saying. And I just had the damn word in my head. Goodness gracious. A good heart filter to properly starts with a D. It's not differentiate. It's... Oh, good heavens. It's not disseminate. It's not divulge. It's not de facto. It's not dick. It's not discernment. If you have a good heart filter to be able to discern what is coming from a legitimate higher source or a lesser, low vibration, demonic, low end frequency, we'll just call it that. 8:08 a.m. It's nothing to do with what I'm talking about. It might later, but not right now. What was I talking about? I was talking about quitting cigarettes. I was talking about head trauma. I was talking about having a heart filter and living. Shout out to Paul from Pockets. Shout out to Paul, who has his hand in my pocket. I'm just kidding. That's just a joke. It was a good one though, wasn't it? Yeah. Again, I know he wouldn't take that as such because he lives from a heart-centered locale in the space realty business. I don't even know if that's a thing. But what he talks about is fairly accurate. Apart from the shit that he talks to me, which, is alright. I don't take it as insult or anything. I take it merely as building blocks to grow with. To build with, because you don't grow with blocks. You build with blocks. And if you want to, maybe cascade some vines over the rocks. Make it just look a little cooler, a little more aesthetic. Because who just likes blocks, What was I talking about? Okay, so I defeated all my enemies in 5 minutes. I apologize for taking your girl. Talking about space cigarettes. Talking about quitting space cigarettes. Talking about space spliffs, which is it's a much better bang for your buck, if we're being honest. Oh yeah, I want to talk about medicated coffee. So I just need a few investors. I could do all the work myself. I can concentrate the THC and CBD and CBG and CBN and CBGB, ABDB, YN, ZBBB. That shit's real good for you. That was my lazy boy. If you're wondering. Anyway, I've tried this medicated coffee before on my own. It was pretty good. It gave me the buzz to wake up and the calm to continue my day. I'm not even trying to come up with slogans. These are just random words coming out of my mouth. Has the caffeine to wake you up. Has the medication to keep you from losing your shit on your coworkers. Not bad. We'll call it Black Thunder coffee. Nothing like Black Rifle. Nothing like that Cripples coffee. Nothing like what is it? Who is that other one? Pistol Pete? Or what's that other one? Rebel Joe Montana. I like your label, so with the dead coyote. I think that's a coyote, right? Now, if no one wants to do this, then okay, that's fine. I'll just throw that idea in the old idea composting bin and try to grow something from it next year, I guess. Since no one will fucking help me. Not your problem. I realize that. Not everyone has the ability or wherewithal or know-it-all to do it. Not my problem. Not your problem either. I will just continue churning out these delicious buttery ideas at a low cost of free to you, for you to capitalize on and make money off of, and not give me any portion of the profit that you would make off of my free idea like everyone else. So there's that. I offer that. Oh God. Sometimes, the thought of that makes me sick down to my stomach, like just like rancid butter. But I don't put out rancid butter, people. I put out delicious, velvety, creamy butter. So fuck off if you say that my shit tastes funny, okay? Because it doesn't. That funny that you're tasting is just, that's called quality that you've never tasted in your own butter before because it was never there. So yeah, real butter has that little funny taste of craftsmanship and sweat and tears.
Look at
that
the size of that fucking thing.
Brow.
Golly. Fucking much.
Excuse me, we'll go do a quick commercial break. Well, there's a little boy's room. I need somebody to accompany me so I don't get attacked by a fucking banshee again. You're good? You're coming with me, bro? Alright, cool. Do you like space cigarettes? Do you like space weed? Do you like it where I pee and give you a message from our sponsors? With my prick in my hand. And we're back. Oh, I want to address one more thing for my quote unquote enemies. Why doesn't he ever go live? Like, man, if you are on the level that I'm on, there is not a moment in time in which I am not live. Every single one of these is recorded one take. Very little, if any, editing happens at all. When I put together a conversations in which it would appear as though two entities are having a conversation, it's because they are. It is the left side of my brain and the right side of my brain becoming cohesive and having a conversation with oneself. clear that up for all those who are, we're being honest, too stupid to understand what's going on there. Now, sometimes also a wild card gets thrown in the mix, and I start channeling. I don't mean to do this. It happens when it happens. Most of the time it's because I am under the influence of we'll just say substance. And all you Q, I'm gonna say it, I'm gonna say Q-tards, because boy did you guys get it wrong. Boy did you guys really want heads to roll. What if I told you all those heads you wanted rolled were actually innocent heads, and you would be directly responsible for those heads rolling? What if I told you that? Would you chill the fuck out a little bit? Maybe, and maybe try to devote some attention to who the real culprits of this entire thing really is? I have pretty good information. Matter of fact, it's probably the best information that anyone fucking has. I'm gonna dial it back from 11 down to 9.11. Didn't mean to scream. I'm not gonna do what everyone thinks I'm gonna do. Because let's face it, these days, people, we are all guilty of something not pleasant. There is not one person on this planet who has done something bad and ended up regretting it later, or wishing that they can go back in time and not do that thing. There's not a single one of us. Again, there's not a single one of us on this planet who can say that they knowingly, willingly did a very bad thing. And I'm sorry, I just got interrupted. I would like to address my substance usage as well, really quick, as I have struggled with nearly every substance in the book. I haven't quite had PCP take a hold of me. It's just never really one of my things I've ever wanted to try. Nor embalming fluid, nor this alleged so-called adrenochrome? Adrenochrome. Pretty sure that's just Adderall. So, pretty sure that's just salt, amphetamine salt, which I'm pretty sure is just methamphetamine with an added hydrogen note attached to it. So a lot of you people need to shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about. Number two, the right is just as bad as the left. how many times must you explain this to people before they start to understand that they are both wings supplying lift to the same bird? You understand that? Left wing, right wing to one bird. They operate reactionary off of one another. Reactionarily. And usually they flap in unison. I really feel bad that it takes a man of my poor intellect health past his history and all the rumors going around, which are just fucking hilarious. As anyone that knows me personally, knows that a lot of those are just, yeah. I'm not gay, I'm not a rapist, I'm never murdered anyone. Matter of fact, I have been a drug dealer before in my past, but I was way too bad at it because I was always give my customers a way better deal than I would give myself. So I would end up losing money, but I would have a bunch of customers. I don't do any of that anymore. I'm a simple tomato farmer. A humble, let's say violently humbled tomato farmer. My tomatoes are good. They're good for you. And yes, I'm still that way. So if you would like a good deal on tomatoes, I'm your guy. You will probably come out 10-15% profit if we're being honest. Every deal, every transaction. I pay taxes, so fuck you, IRS. I mean, I pay the right kind of taxes, if you know what I mean. Fuck you, IRS. I realize most of you won't believe me either. All of this came to me in a dream transmission last night, and felt I needed to address some of these things as before. None of this brought up a ping on my radar. So I guess that's really about it. Unless I'm forgetting something, I probably am. But that's alright, as I'll remember it later. Or someone will surely fucking remind me. Good morning. Have a wonderful day today. I'm going to go outside before it starts raining and repatchwork the patchwork work I did yesterday on my roof, and transplant a big old mother tomato plant into a bigger pot. Wish me luck, and good morning.